Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. Young Miami recently joined Saucy Santana on her podcast, Caresha Please, where she spoke about Diddy for the first time since he became embroiled in legal issues. First, subscribe, and share this video. As we know, Diddy is under intense scrutiny by federal authorities, and ever since he was sued by Cassie and his producer Lil Rod, his situation has rapidly deteriorated. He has faced a slew of accusations ranging from domestic violence to sexual assault, with one of the most serious allegations being trafficking. Now, Young Miami's name has come up in connection with some of Diddy's questionable activities. In Lil Rod's lawsuit, he alleged that Young Miami served as Diddy's escort and claimed she was involved in using and transferring a drug known as Tusi to Diddy. Additionally, Young Miami implicated herself when she taunted one of Diddy's girlfriends, Gina V, insinuating that Diddy forced her into various acts, which mirrors accusations made by Cassie. Cassie claimed that Diddy coerced her into performing acts with other male escorts while she was under the influence. So, Young Miami has found herself in quite a predicament due to her association with Diddy. While she was involved with Diddy, she did reap some benefits. He helped her launch her podcast Caresha Please on his network, Revolt, although he no longer owns it since stepping down. He also supported her in expanding her brand by investing in her merchandise, like her candles, and by bringing her to high-profile events like the Met Gala. Diddy played a significant role in elevating her brand to the point where Young Miami seemed to feel she no longer needed her group, the City Girls. It appeared that way, at least for a time. Before her relationship with Diddy, Young Miami was with JT as part of the City Girls, and she admitted that they were struggling financially as a group.
It just wasn't connecting no more, and I just felt like that's what really made me start my own brand. I gotta do something because I'm in this group. The group ain't making no money. We not working.
Their success just wasn't clicking. Given the group's struggles, it's understandable how Young Miami might see Diddy as someone who could elevate her, both in terms of her career and finances. Diddy, being a millionaire and a hip-hop mogul with vast connections, must have seemed like a golden opportunity to Young Miami. At that time, she likely felt she had struck gold and, in a sense, didn't need the group anymore because Diddy was helping her carve out her own path. She discussed in this interview how Diddy would boost her confidence.
So mentally, 1 minute I'm happy, 1 minute I'm sad, 1 minute I'm kind of like, fuck this shit. And then the people that I thought that would be in my corner or that are when I was going through this shit, nobody called me to check on me. Nobody called me to see how I was doing. People was really aha, you thought.
Yeah.
So I just really hate that I lost my personality. And that shit will really break you down as a person when it's you reading all of these negative things and it's taking up, majority of your day. You just reading you should give up. You ain't shit. You'll start thinking damn, should I give up?
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't got a personality no more and it just really hurts. I'm not able to release music right now. It's because it's when I try to turn my music in, it's just we don't see no growth in your music.
Express his belief in her potential and invest in her, all while having her promote his brand. This intermingling of their brands ultimately led to a diminishing focus on the City Girls. But as I've said before, and I'll say again, I believe Young Miami sold her soul to Diddy. By selling her soul, I mean she essentially sold her brand and her body to him in exchange for his money, connections, and influence, losing part of herself in the process. Interestingly, in this conversation, Caresha, aka Young Miami, and Saucy Santana both encouraged her to step out on her own and pursue her own path. I remember someone kept trying to push me to do a song without Caresha, but I was adamant, no, she has to be on this song too. But Caresha is the type of person who doesn't really care. She would have let me do it alone. But I stood my ground and said, I'm not going to do it without her.
JT is out the way. And me being y'all friend, it frustrates me sometimes because I'm like, Carisha please, and she could do all that stuff, and I'm like, JT, you so motherfucking talented and so raw. Why you won't do nothing?
I remember it's somebody and they'll keep trying to like force me to do a song without Carisha, and I was like, no, like she gonna be on this song too, like, and Carisha like the type of person that like she don't give a you could have did it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, like.
So, JT shared that someone approached her to do a song, but she didn't want to go through with it without Young Miami. Young Miami, however, encouraged her, saying, "Girl, go ahead and do it." Eventually, JT realized that with Young Miami doing her own thing, she needed to step out on her own as well. If she wanted to build a career for herself, she had to pursue her own projects too. And that's what she did. That's why JT went solo, and it's clear that she's much happier as a solo artist. It seems like JT is fulfilling her dream, but her decision to go solo likely made Young Miami feel uneasy. Young Miami was accustomed to being the star of the group, even though JT was always the stronger rapper. Young Miami had been the more popular one, but then things started to shift, and JT began gaining more popularity, landing more features. This became another point of tension. Young Miami seemed to feel some type of way about JT getting features, which was interesting because Young Miami had been getting plenty of features without JT. But the moment JT started securing features, it became an issue, especially when JT was featured on Nicki Minaj's Super Freaky Girl, Queen mix. That seemed to bother Young Miami to the extent that when JT and Cardi B clashed on Twitter, Young Miami didn't step in to defend JT. Her reasoning was, well, you didn't include me in the Queen mix, so that's between y'all. That's your problem.
The Queen ain't called me, and I ain't know nothing about the remix. The song was never mentioned to me. I was never called for the song. I was never given a heads up like, hey, I got a song coming out with Nicki or nothing. I never knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
So when that situation came on Twitter and they was arguing about the song, it's like, why insert myself? You know what I'm saying? Like that situation had absolutely nothing to do with me. Bitch, I got left off of Bad the Bougie. I didn't even know nothing about the motherfucking song. So I just felt like, that was between JT and Cardi.
So how long behind the scenes do you feel like have things been rocky between y'all two?
I feel like it's been a minute. It's been a minute since she been going on behind closed doors. Like, I just feel like we outgrew each other. I feel like she was in LA, I was in Miami. She was been working on her shit. I didn't know. And I just feel like every time we try to get together, it just didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to the studio together. I'm doing a feature. People calling for the City Girls. It's either me or it's you. It just wasn't connecting no more. And I just felt like that's what really made me like start my own brand. Like, I gotta do something because I'm in this group. The group ain't making no money. We not working. So it just became a point where we was just like on two different pages.
So how long have things been rocky between the two of you behind the scenes? So that's what Young Miami had to say. And there was more to it. A lot of people didn't really appreciate her comments about JT because they feel like she threw JT under the bus. Right now, their relationship isn't in the best place, especially since they had that public fight on social media. Even though they did make up, they aren't as close as they used to be, so it's hard to say where things stand. I think there's a lot of ego involved here, and you have two girls who both want to shine in their own right. JT always aspired to be a rapper, a rap star, while Young Miami, who isn't really known for her rapping skills, still wanted to be a star, and more than anything, make money. Both of them crave the spotlight, and even though they often say, "Oh, you're my sister, I can't do this without you," I believe they both enjoy receiving solo attention. However, when one person starts getting more attention than the other, that's when problems start to arise. Right now, I think Young Miami is going through what JT experienced a few years back. When Young Miami was on top, JT felt left out. And now that JT is carving her path as a solo artist and gradually rising to the top, Young Miami is starting to feel left out herself. She's actually starting to feel some type of way because the City Girls was her safety net. But now that JT has fully embraced her solo career, there's really no turning back. That being said, I'm not upset with Young Miami for expressing her feelings. I understand that people might not agree with her. They feel like she threw JT under the bus, which, to be honest, she kind of did. Some of what Young Miami was saying felt like revisionist history because she claimed no one checked on her, but JT said that she was the first one to call and check on her. And when Young Miami talked about JT and Cardi B fighting over the Nicki Minaj Queen mix, the reality was that they were arguing because Cardi called JT a lapdog out of nowhere. But Young Miami turned it into something about the Queen mix because, in truth, she was frustrated that JT was on the remix, and she wasn't, and she wanted to air that out. That's what I think was really going on. So yes, she did twist the story a bit, and it was somewhat unfair, but I do commend her for at least being open about her feelings. You know what I mean? It's not easy to be vulnerable like that, and I genuinely wish her the best moving forward. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this situation down in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.